The back-to-back Mountain West champions are looking for a three-peat this year. Hi, I'm Cassie Soto inside the Mountain West Network studio. The Aztecs will return 14 starters this season from a team that won the Las Vegas Bowl last year. Here's what you need to know as we count down to kickoff with the San Diego State Aztecs. If all goes according to plan this season, the Aztecs could be the first team in Mountain West history to play in 3 straight championship games. In 2015, the Aztecs beat Cincinnati in the Hawaii Bowl, and in 2016, the team was victorious against Houston in the Las Vegas Bowl. The pressures of repeating history could add up for some programs, but head coach Rocky Long says the high expectations are more than welcomed.
And whenever you have some success, the expectation levels stay high. And you wouldn't want it any other way. And now, obviously, we've had some good players in the past, and we're going to have some young ones this year. So I think it's going to be more difficult for us to repeat again, but you like the expectation level.
We're more hungry this year than we were the last 2 years because we have a lot of expectations, and really we turn our expectations into motivation. So, I mean, this year, we really don't get that much respect, like as much respect as we feel like we should get. So we just chip on our shoulder just gets bigger and bigger, and we just keep answering.
Senior running back Rashad Penny will officially be out of the shadows of NCAA all-time leading rusher Donnell Pumphrey, as it's his turn to shine this season. Penny will be the Aztecs' go-to guy and is likely to carry 25 or more times per game. And for a player who was notorious for kickoff returns for touchdowns, something Penny has done 5 times in the last 2 seasons, the workload will be a great opportunity for him to put up some big numbers.
I think that's why he's still with us instead of going out early to the NFL. I think he wanted to be the guy, and I think he wants to carry the ball 30 or 35 times a game. So I don't think it'll be a problem for him.
I lead by example. I'm not really a vocal guy. I don't do much, but I tell myself that I gotta start talking more. And it's honestly hard for me to tell somebody to do something because I feel like sometimes I do things wrong. So it's just not my role or position. But as a senior, I mean, you can't have any bad days, and that's in our program. That's what they always tell us as seniors. You can't have bad days, and you just gotta keep fighting through it, whether you're having a bad one or not. I mean, that's just something we get taught.
A change of position from safety to cornerback won't be a problem for senior Cameron Kelly. The switch comes after the school's career interception leader, DeMonte Casey, left for the NFL. Last season, the Aztecs were recognized for having intercepted the most passes in the nation over the past 2 seasons, and Kelly was responsible for 5 of those 49 picks. This season, coaches plan to use his size to benefit him in the long run.
I think that benefits our team, obviously, or we wouldn't have done it, but I also think it benefits him for his future endeavors. He's 6'2", and if he can play corner, he's probably going to make a lot of money at the next level. You know, I would say corners don't have much influence, except that last year we had a corner that had a lot of influence. So we think Cam can do the same thing, playing corner and being a veteran guy and being the leader out there.
Taking a look at week 3 of the schedule, Sdsu will face off against Stanford at home. The Aztecs stand tall against other in-state programs, having won 7 of the last 8 games against California schools, including 5 consecutive wins.
I think that probably 70% of our team's from California, so you're always running into those guys in recruiting. And you have to prove that you can compete against them and win against them if you think you're going to compete or win in recruiting. So I think it's critical to the success of our program. And obviously, the proximity between those other teams, there's a little rivalry involved too.
We got to win. I hope that we can go out there and just execute our game plan. You know, everybody's going to be amped up, from the crowds to us, to the coaches, to the refs, because it's going to be a good atmosphere. And
there's a lot more pressure heading into this season than there's been heading into any other season that I can ever remember. And the funny thing is, you know, you look at the Mountain West Conference race, that's what the Aztecs are interested in. They want to win another championship. What the fans are interested in is beating Arizona State and Stanford, who were 2 of their first 3 games, and those Pac-12 schools. People in San Diego realize that San Diego State has got to beat Pac-12 schools. It's kind of like 2 different seasons coming up. I mean, the Aztecs feel good about their chances to win a conference, but God, if they lose to either Arizona State or Stanford, it's going to feel like a failure.
Thank you. The Aztecs will open up the season at home versus UC Davis on September 2nd. From the Mountain West Network studio, I'm Cassie Soto.